Hello and welcome to another, fourth in a row, Joe, very special episode of Kickpoint the Golf Gear Show on the road. This time, Joe, we're back at Live Golf.
We love being on the road, don't we, Dan?
We've not been in the studio now for a month.
Yeah, they'll be missing us, won't they?
I quite miss it, actually, yeah. Another very special episode for you today. Going to tell you what we're doing here, plug some olds, some bits we've been doing, but this is a bit of a special again, Joe. And those who've been with us since day one will remember this time last year, we were at Live getting some interviews with players, and we thought, let's do a little mid-season review for each golf brand. It went down well last time, and now we've got a bigger audience this time now. I'm quite excited to see how this goes.
In our podcast life to be nostalgic and be looking back, and like this is like a year ago
Isn't
to the
it?
day we were here, and now we're doing the same thing. I feel we're a bit young to be nostalgic.
I like being nostalgic, though. And for those who didn't listen to that episode a year ago, tell us what it's all about. You came up with the idea because it's summer, your girls are getting their summer reports. Let's give each golf brand a summer report.
Correct.
Simple as that, right?
They got their end of term reports a couple of weeks ago. Actually, they were surprisingly good.
Very in real life.
Both. So a little shout out to
well done, girls.
They were actually very, very good. So yeah, we just thought that's a nice way of doing it. Let's see how, from a consumer point of view, from a consumer and tour, we sort of take into account, don't we?
Yeah.
How the brand's doing as a whole. So we picked out the major manufacturers again, and we're gonna be judgmental. We're gonna talk about how we think they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
All constructive?
I think now we're a year in. I was a bit nervous doing this time last year because we were fresh and we didn't quite know what we were. I don't want to pee anybody off, but
we can be a bit cheeky here.
Maybe we should throw our weight around a little bit. We'll find out, won't we, later in the pod. But let's set the scene before we get stuck into that, Joe. We're here at Live Golf. We're on the Wednesday ahead of the event.
Might dictate how nice we are to brands, because I'm staring straight at the Callaway tour track, which is 10 feet away from us. I feel like Callaway's going to get an A+ from me just because they're so close. Ping are just next door. We've got the range over there. We've got the putting green behind us. Got friend of the pod, Richard Bland, actually just putting.
I'd love if he snuck into frame and came and said hello. I doubt that's going to happen. But and the reason why we're here, well, we were here. You may have seen the video of you caddying me around against Rick, playing the last 3 holes here. Well worth a watch, if I may say so myself.
Good, wasn't it?
Yeah. And actually, while we're talking about that, what did you all think of that, the viewer and the listener? Because it's a bit different for us, that wasn't it, putting it out. But
a bit nervy, weren't we? The change of lane, we didn't know, should we just stay on a little podcast lane and talk about golf as we do? And yeah, just to try something different. Be really keen to see the feedback. And actually, the comments have been nice on YouTube. But
so far, it came out yesterday as we're filming this. It's been out for about a month by the time you guys are watching this.
Go and have a look and let us know, because we want to know whether that's something worth pursuing, don't we?
And we're filming another one, aren't we? Tomorrow you're in the Pro-Am.
I am in the Pro-Am. Playing
Excited?
with Bubba.
Yeah, I'm buzzing for that. I like Bubba.
Yeah, you definitely. As a fellow lefty, you're a big Bubba man, aren't you? And he was cool when we did a What's in the Bag with him. In fact, if you haven't seen that one before, go and search. Is that on YouTube? Was that just on a previous app?
No, it's on an app. It's on an audio-only jobby, that.
I think it's actually on the Golf Monthly YouTube. There was a standalone video, so go and search that. That was a cool one. He's really interesting. So yeah, let's see what we get out of Bubba tomorrow.
And you're going to try and shoot as low as you can. It's a tour scramble.
I try and do that every time.
What the heck's a tour scramble?
The tour scramble, I believe, and I'm unfamiliar, but I think it is where everyone all 4 of us, so the 3 AMs and Bubba, tee off on a hole. Whoever hits the best tee shot, we pick that. But then we all play our own ball from there. Okay. So it's not like we're scrambling on every shot. We scramble on the tee shot.
Oh, I quite like that.
You play your own ball from there. So you've got 4 balls that finish the hole, and then you pick the best 2 from there, I think.
Figure that one out, eh? But I think that all being well, that video will probably be out before this comes out. So go watch it. See how you got on.
Well, unless check the social media. If I play particularly badly, I'll put a post up saying don't watch.
Sorry.
But yeah, we'll find out.
So yeah, we're going to come on to that in a little bit. Let's talk. Well, we've not caught up for a little while because all the 3 episodes you've been listening and watching to, the viewer and the listener, have been from our trip to the States. This has just come out after the Ping episode, Joe. We haven't had a bit of a catch up in a while. What's going on in the world?
Well, you've been away, haven't you? You went on holiday.
Yeah, I had a nice little holiday.
Golfing or just relaxing?
Golf, bit of golf. Went to a very sparse area for golf in Spain, in between Valencia and Benidorm. This Costa Blanca, I believe. Struggled to find any decent golf there. Ended up at a place called Oliver Nova. Don't you've heard of it?
Sounds like you've made that up.
It could be, couldn't it? But it was a perfect resort course. €65 to play it. Fairly fair. But more important than the course itself, Joe, and this is what I want to give over to the listener and the viewer, the formats we played.
Go on.
As a 4-ball, we've got myself off 6. Reese, who's sort of a character in the pod now, people may have heard of my mate, you've played with him, is off 2-ish.
Is he 2? I thought Reese was better than that. I thought he was like a plus guy.
No, he's not a plus guy.
Okay.
He's hover. He's got as low as 1 point, I think.
No, I thought Reese was better than that. Well,
best hands in the West Midlands, though.
Yeah,
and
Spanish
he's
hands.
Good chipper as well. Where was I? And our mates Kieran and Jake, who are off like 15 and 18, 12 and 16 respectively, something like that. They kind of hover in that number.
Okay.
We played a better ball scramble. And this actually came from Johnny Percival, our social media editor. A better ball scramble match, excuse me.
So yeah.
So
No, Johnny
two
actually told
versus
me about this the other day. Yeah.
2 versus 2, but you're always playing the best ball in your 2.
So it's a 2-man scramble against the other 2-man scramble.
So much fun,
basically.
Joe. So much fun.
Because if someone's playing badly, they've always got a chance to just nip in with a few shots. If they're paired off a better player with a worse player, you get that little boost from where the better player's hitting their shot. That is fun. I like that.
And then we also had within that a mulligan and a reverse mulligan per 9. I would employ anyone playing scramble golf or match play golf against their mates to use reverse and mulligan.
Reverse mulligan's one where you can call back a good shot that the other team's hit.
So Reese chipped in.
Have another
go, son. God, it feels good to say that. It's so good to tell your playing partner who's just played a worldie.
With his great hands.
Try that again, son.
Yeah.
And then the second day, we played a worse ball scramble. Have you ever played a worse ball scramble? 2v2 again this.
Yes, I have actually. On an England training session once up at Woodall Spa. Yeah, and I remember hitting like a smother hook off the first at Woodall Spa, and one of the other lads, the lad I got paired up with, tremendous. I'll just go and wade into that bush, shall I? Yeah. Sorry, Dave. I'll wait out here for the chip out.
See, here's the problem with
tough, isn't it?
That format works perfectly for England golfers and like a bunch of scratch single figure handicappers.
You say that as I smothered him into a bush.
Yeah. No, I get that. But we also played with a 12 and a 16 handicap. Jake, my poor friend who can't play out of bunkers, I stuffed him in a bunker, took 3 out of it. That was,
in there for days.
It was terrible.
That's fun.
A bit of fun. A few different formats that I want people to try because golf should be fun. And I think scrambling and better balling, forget having a card in your back pocket. It bores me.
Do you know what? I used to be a bit snobby about formats because obviously having sort of played kind of for a living and like competitively, you just get golf's just stroke play. You play stroke play, and that's what you do. Since I've been in sort of media side of things, you do a little few different things on the press days, don't you, in little formats. Golf can be really fun if you just jazz it up a little bit, can't you? I was very snobby about it, but I've really enjoyed some of these formats. So I'll give that a go. I'll give that better ball, the 2-man scramble match play a go, I'm sure. Except I've got to find 3 friends to play with.
That's
got 2 and I'm trying to get rid of one.
That sounds like a you problem. It was funny because my mate who plays off 16, 18, whatever it is.
He dots about a bit, handicap-wise.
Yeah, he never puts cards in. It's all very vague. We sort of give him 16 or 18 depending on what mood he's in. But he's come up after the first day we played, having shot 70 with Reese. He was a 2-fan going, lads, can we play our own ball next time we play?
So
I was really on fence. Mate, you knifed 3 chips over the green that you obviously didn't take in the better ball format. Yes, so that's been my last few weeks. Right, Joe, let's crack on with it, shall we?
Yes, let's go back to equipment rather than we become the golf kick point, the golf format podcast.
So again, for those who weren't listening this time last year,
I'm listening to you. I just keep looking behind me to see who's turned up.
Okay, anyone?
A fireball went past. Blandy's still grinding.
A fireball sounds dangerous.
That's a live team, everybody. I think I might have been David Puig. Blandy's still grinding from 6 feet. All is well. Move on.
All is well. Okay, thank you, Joe. So, summer reports. Every brand that we're going to mention today has brought out new clubs. Mm-hmm. We're in a bit of a twilight zone now where we're probably not seeing anything new until really back end of the year, so far as I'm aware. So it's a nice time to reflect, isn't it, Joe? We'll go brand by brand in no particular order. This is no particular order, I must stress that. And grade them. Are you ready?
I am kind of. I'm a bit distracted because I think it's the caddy comp is taking place.
Oh, is it?
At the moment. We've got the Majestics going past. We've got Sam
Where
Horsfield.
are they caddying for them?
I believe so, although Sam Horsfield doesn't seem to be carrying a bag.
No.
He just seems to be walking. I thought you were
Maybe
caddying.
the players.
Yeah, he's now grabbing the bag. We've guilted him into carrying the bag. He is now caddying, so that's all good.
There you
We've got
go.
Westwood carrying a bag here.
This is carnage behind us.
This is absolute carnage. The Majestics have just turned up and taken over. Westwood caddying. He's in there. Do you want to say quick hello, Lee? He said he's going to show us how it's done.
Good stuff. Well, there we have it. Bit of B-roll. Thank you, Dan Hendrickson behind the camera, doing a great job there. You'll be able to see that if you're watching us on YouTube.
This is hectic little bit. I'm so distracted.
Carnage. I'm very overstimulated. Right, in no particular order, Joe, we're going to go through every major equipment brand and rank their year thus far. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Where are we starting?
Can we start with Ping?
Are we starting with a grade, or are we going to sort of justify it and then give a grade? What do you want to do?
Justify. Oh no, start with your grade and then justify the grade.
Me first or you first?
You first.
Ping, I've gone with an A-.
Okay.
Let me justify that.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, the products, and we're not biased here, but we've just been out to Phoenix, haven't we?
As you just heard last week.
I just heard last week. So we got a real flavour of what the company's about and the focus on engineering and just making great products. And to me, and that's brilliant, and they do just make incredibly stable drivers in particular, I love. Some of the aesthetics, that's the only thing that stopped it going A or A+ for me, is the odd aesthetic here and there I think could be refined a little bit. It's just not what the company's about. They're just about pure, raw numbers, performance, engineering. And I'm not saying the product looks bad. I just think there's some slightly more refined stuff that is available from other companies.
There's an argument to be had that, as you know, G440 looks like the G. They've just sort of gone back in a circle. And again, it's because I don't think they think about that. And we know now firsthand, having been to Phoenix and chatting with the guys on the pink truck,
just not the focus,
just over our show, it's not their focus, and that's fine. And
so
that's fine because the club is solid every time.
Correct. Yeah, they just don't make a dud. The G440 metal range that was released just. I don't want to say predictable. It's just predictably good. Just does exactly what they want it to do. It's so consistent. And that was reaffirmed again. Chatting to the guys on the ping van, some of the stuff they see when testing against other drivers at times. The tightness in dispersion of spin rate, sort of the, what would you call that? The delta? Is it the delta? Or the what's the sort of...
The Mississippi Delta?
No. The high to low spin, basically, how tight that is. When some other drivers, you can get some fluctuation. Ping-wise seems to be a lot more solid and less deviation there, and I'm really, really impressed with that G440 metal range in terms of its consistency.
And I can't ignore the amount, especially of the LS Tech drivers that are winning on tour. I was putting my mag page together for August magazine. We do a little Whitby page. 4 out of the 5 guys, it's a coincidence, last month were in G440 LST around all the tours across the world, men's and women's. It's everywhere still.
Just really high quality product. Going through the rest of the range, truth be told, the G440 irons I wasn't as enamoured with. I mean, they're not designed for me, but again, they do an incredible job. From a game improvement point of view, they're super easy to hit, really high MOI, very high launch. I just didn't love the aesthetic on the back, sort of kind of like almost like a neon glowing blue. I thought it was wasn't very ping for me, didn't sit well with the brand. But if you get past that, you've just got a really great, really such an easy to hit iron from pings. That's great. The stuff we saw out in Phoenix that I was fitted for as well.
That's been their crowning glory of the year,
honestly.
I think. IDI and I240. I240 especially, which we're seeing going in so many bags already. I've not hit it yet, but you've got so many good things to say about that.
Yeah, just again, I think that might be, for me, the broadest appealing iron in the game, I think.
Right now, across all brands?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, there might be some irons that I prefer, but in terms of an iron that fits so many different golfers, whether you could have a 20 handicapper in that iron and there's enough forgiveness for them to play it, but also
Hatton's in it.
Likely, yeah, Hatton, Hovland could be going into it relatively soon.
At least at the top end of the bag, in their 4 or 5 irons.
From a spectrum of players, well, I think Hovland would probably, if he does go, would probably go all the way through because he goes all the way through in I210.
Oh, yeah,
so I could see him going all the way through. But yeah, I can't think of another iron that has that broader reach. I think it's just just such a good iron. And
IDI is a rocket, their new driving iron.
Oh,
so I think that's really bumped them a nice mid-season boost for Ping. Not that they needed it, but a real, they've not bought out a dud midway through the year. They've gone, let's go again.
Where were you on grade?
A, and it was because of IDI and I240 that just lifted them out of minus.
I could be persuaded.
Should we go A minus plus? Something in the middle.
I feel A minus plus is probably just an A, isn't it?
Should we go A?
We'll go A. I think I'll be boosted up there.
It's a kick point A for Ping. Okay, let's go to Callaway, seeing as they're the other truck part next to Ping right now.
Oh, the live music's just kicked off.
You won't be able to, these are directional, it's fine.
You think that's going to...
We'll find out in the edit, won't we?
In the edit. There's a lot of music going on, you'll soon know why.
Okay, Callaway, Joe.
Just dancing there. I've gone B+.
Okay, I've gone A-, so we're close again.
You're more generous than me again.
I am, let's hash it out.
So, right, my justification for that. I think it'd be fair to say it was mixed reports on Elite when it came out in terms of the metals.
Visually, very mixed reports. But the reason I've gone A-...
Well, visually and the name. A lot of people didn't like the name, did they? They didn't like the play on the Eli Callaway thing.
I've come to just find it okay.
I don't care about that. I'm just I'm trying to factor in everyone's point of view.
You're trying to factor in everyone's point of view.
Please everyone for a change.
That's unlike you.
Unlike me.
But so far as I'm aware, this is why I've gone A- with them. It's performed unbelievably. It's in your bag.
Yeah. The triple diamond version of Elite in particular, I thought was just just nailed everything. It's got enough low spin to make it in that low spin bomber category, but it's got more playability than the previous triple diamonds, whether that's the AI Smoke version or the original Paradigm. It's just a slightly more playable version of that low spin bomber. And the AI Smart Face, I mean, I can't get into the tech behind that because that's a bit beyond my pay grade, but I can see what it does when I hit the ball, and there's very few drivers I've hit that provide the consistency of numbers across the face that does, particularly when you get into that low spin bomber category. You're usually adding volatility. It's one of the least volatile low spinning drivers I've used. I think it's tremendous.
Yeah.
Really like it.
Irons, now this is where I really, really struggle with Callaway, and I know you've got something to bring up here, which is the sheer volume of them, let alone the AI 150 that came out, well, 3 or 4 weeks ago now by the time you're hearing this, that I don't suspect anybody's heard about out there. People listening and watching, if you've heard of AI 150, good for you. Your ears are to the ground. There are too many Callaway irons.
This could be an us problem because we should be bright enough to be able to. I mean, this is literally my job. I'm the irons tester and I'm the category manager, so I should be able to keep on top of.
No, but that's the point. If you're struggling to wade through it, imagine Tom, Dick and Harry who are watching.
Let's start with the positive on the irons. The elite irons, the standard elite irons,
I
think are tremendous. They're one of the best looking game improvement irons that I've ever seen. Really refined, aesthetic, super sophisticated. Loved everything about those. But then, okay, shall I just list them?
List them all off so everyone can hear. This is their current matrix.
This is the current matrix I got off the Callaway website. So we've got the Apex MB, CB, TCB, Apex Pro, AI 150, AI 200, AI 300, TIE Fusion, Elite, Elite X, Elite X, Elite HL, Elite Max Fast, Apex TIE Fusion 250, X-Forged, X-Forged Max. I'm probably missing one or two there. That's
the TI Fusion, AI TI Fusion 250, that could quite easily be made up. What is it?
I feel like I saw it. I don't feel like I did make it up. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I mean, like, I guess Callaway would say, well, why can't we just make a load of irons? We want to have something for absolutely everything, and we want to get it absolutely precise. But for me, looking in, it just confuses the consumer. It certainly confuses me. I don't quite know all the time where they sit amongst one another. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, if we're struggling with that, and we try our hardest, Joe, you especially, as the people whose job is it to do it. Imagine when it's not your job to find out all about these. You just got a general interest in buying an iron, and you're like, I quite like Callaway for whatever reason, right? Let me go see what their irons are. Where are you wading through to that?
What? Yeah, I wouldn't. But again, playing. What's the opposite of devil's advocate? Looking on the positive side, the fitters will know what they're doing. The fitters will know.
Leave them to it.
Yes, if you're looking to get into Callaway product and you go for a fitting, perhaps that's just potentially a real positive that you've got such a broad choice, and perhaps we're just moaning because we have to learn it and have to know what each one of them does. So maybe we're not the people to comment on that necessarily. I'm just trying to.
I'll be interested
to balance the argument.
People listening and viewing, let us know. Do you care if a brand has too many irons? Has that got any relevance to you?
But it does the kind of the number thing that you don't like as well. The sort of coded names, the AI 150, TIE Fusion 250. I mean, there's a few names, but it's not like when. PXG,
where's TI Fusion versus AI? So correct me if I'm wrong. AI 150 is a P790 players distance kind of iron.
Similar, yeah. Maybe more P770 potentially.
Okay, right. I just don't see how that's going to encourage people out of a ZXi5, a P770, an I240. I don't think Callaway are holding their weight in that iron category just yet. MBCB you like though?
Yeah, MBC. But one of the first things I tested when I first joined Golf Monthly was the new Apex range. And I played the CB for nearly 18 months. I think 12 to 18 months. Brilliant irons. Then I've just become a little confused. But yeah, could potentially be a me problem. Next thing I want to talk about was the square to square. So it's kind of the zero torque putter scenario. Some of it I loved. I loved the familiarity of having the head. So the Jailbird heads available. Some of the classic models like the number 7. Didn't love the amount of shaft lean.
Yes.
And with the amount of shaft lean plus not having the press grip, not having the offset grip. So that set my hands at quite a funny angle. So I wasn't mad keen on that. The aesthetic's great. The feel's great. The white hot insert. So I just wondered whether felt that came out pretty quickly as a reaction to the success of Lab, and I wonder whether there'll be a new iteration that takes into account some of those things, maybe a slightly less shaft lean, maybe a grip that addresses the the shaft lean issue in your hands
Yeah.
as well. I wonder whether that'll be a thing. But
it's a fair point. The speed that came out, maybe a quick right. Let's just get something out there. I don't know, this conjecture.
I think a solid year. I just think for me, as one of my faves, I've got a soft spot for Callaway. Really have.
You want
I want
to see
just a bit more next year.
Cool.
That's what
B plus then. I'll come down to B plus. I think. Yep, lovely. Let's move on to I guess Callaway's direct rival. It always feels like, doesn't it? TaylorMade. They feel like the dogs are always fighting each other the most. Where have you gone with them?
Big cheer.
Big cheers going on the putting green.
Someone's having a comp. I went with. I won't say what I've gone with because I think I could be swayed on this. So just go justification first. QI35 drivers. Arguably for me, this is going to sound terrible, but it was my biggest disappointment of the year because I've never loved the look of a driver so much, and I was so looking forward to testing.
I remember you saying this.
I couldn't wait, and when I first got it, I was like, "This is brilliant," because I just wanted it to be as good as it looks. And it just hasn't quite hit. I just don't find it quite as forgiving as I did QI10 in the equivalent models, and some of my lower mishits just spin up a little bit more, and it just hasn't quite caught that traction on tour, has it? So obviously they're two flagship players.
It's hard to ignore this, Joe.
It's
hard to ignore it.
It's tough to ignore, but on the other side of that, the fairway woods, I think they're as good as the unicorn of the QI10, and I think it might suffer a little bit in the sense of you might not see it as much as we saw that QI10 bonded hosel fairway, simply because players are just going to stay in that for so long now. Scheffler, McIlroy, JJ Spore, Max Homer, whoever, all the names we mentioned, Hideki, that are in that QI10 fairway. I think had that not existed, they'd have just gone into QI35 because it's as good. They're just going to stick for a while, so it might not pick up the classic sort of status that QI10 has, simply because QI10 got in first, is my opinion.
It's a good point, well made. And it's got to be frustrating with him with the driver to have 3 out of the 4 majors won this year by their player
with older drivers
in QI10. I could argue that I've got a lot of respect for TaylorMade letting them do that this year and going, you know what, actually I'd rather just see our guys winning. Would they win with QI35 as well? I don't know, with Scotty probably, but he doesn't want to. I've got a lot of respect for not forcing them to move because I'm sure there's some contractual issues going on there. Maybe they're not, but good for them for letting it happen.
I think I've got a sneaky feeling it'll be an absolute banger of a driver next year.
You think?
I think they'll take the learnings of, oh, wow, people love that look. Let's build on the look and let's just tweak a couple of things that maybe people didn't love about the QI35 range. I think there's every chance there could be a classic TaylorMade driver coming next year. But going back to that fairway wood as well, that started to pick up a little bit more steam. A couple of people, when I played with Richard Mansell, who's a Titleist player, he was in the QI35 fairways, couldn't talk highly enough about them. Richard's a person that speaks to a lot of other people on tour and makes a lot of his decisions based on what he's seeing and people are saying. So there's obviously good stuff coming from that. Fitzpatrick, I noticed, had a couple of QI35s in at the Open. Bonded hosel as well. And getting onto that bonded hosel chat, if you watch the TaylorMade chat with Adrian,
that's out now.
I don't know if it was in the What's in the Bag or the other chat.
The other
anyway, there's a chat where we got to the bottom of why bonded hosel seems so much more popular on tour.
Yeah,
and it's because when you have the ability on tour to stick them in the molds and bend with a bar, you can be so much more precise on getting the loft, the face angle, the lie angle to exactly where you need it. Whereas on a loft sleeve, you adjust that loft. You're going to change the face angle, you're going to change the lie angle as well. So it just makes the tour adjustments and the precision adjustments so much easier. And I noticed Fitzpatrick was in those bonded hosel TaylorMade.
Very good. And I think a big tick on TaylorMade's front this year, P790. Good for them for improving on what is already a leading club in its category and not effing it up, quite frankly, and keeping it as good and then improving on it. That's hard to do.
Genuinely is. One of the few 5-star reviews that I gave this year. I thought that's the best P790 that I've ever seen. I think that's they've always done a great job for the player. They've always given that ball speed boost. They've always given that ball speed boost in a more palatable player style look, but they've refined the looks even more. The feel's better. It's just
they're getting better at making that thing, aren't they? It's quite cool to see.
Be incredible to see what they do next and also it's just so cohesive with the range, blends in beautifully aesthetically with the P770. That P series range of irons I really, really like. And then another tick in the box is the fun side of TaylorMade, that R7 quad release. So the nostalgic mini driver.
Did you, when you were at school, or do your kids get an attitude to learning grade?
Yes.
Where it's like, regardless of your ability, if you're trying really hard, the teacher's going to give you a little pat on the back for that. to me, what they're doing with the mini drive retro
the most
stuff.
patronising segment of a podcast I've ever heard. Look, keep firing.
TaylorMade's attitude to learning is A star.
Well,
A+.
it is, and it's their attitude
It's
to fun
so
as well.
good.
Let's take a break from the serious nature of engineering precision tools. We're going to do that, but we're going to give it a cool name. We're going to look back through the history. I love it. And then I also love that, what was it, the Stinger Squad 1 iron that just got released at the Open.
In
with
Jimmy Bullard's words,
with the little
horny.
With the little leather head cover that goes on the iron. It was just lovely. And I love how there's room for that. Like, do your serious stuff. And those are still serious products. They're good.
Yeah.
Just put some character in. Really cool. So I went A-.
I went A-.
Okay, we're on A-.
Perfect. Do we miss any clubs there? The new wedge we don't know about yet.
Well, we
coming.
do, but we don't.
Can't talk about it. Plus nothing, ball nothing. That'll all be next year probably.
Well, I mean,
they still
can't really
exist.
ignore the Spider range either, can you? Like the Spider.
It's not a new product this year. Oh, Spider's ET.
Well, yeah, but whether it's new or not, it's still some of it's like current lineup stuff. And Scotty, I mean, it's one of the greatest putter changes of all time financially, certainly.
The most significant financial club change in history. It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah, so I think, I'm happy with A-. Ball's still performing solidly. All of the TaylorMade staffers in TP5 or TP5X, generally speaking. Yep, good stuff. A-.
Well done, TaylorMade, and a cracking attitude to learning grade.
Well done.
I just remembered actually here in the UK they changed the grading system. They get numbers now, don't they? At
Woke
8 stars
nonsense.
of 10.
We're sticking with A.
Yeah,
Woke
yeah,
nonsense.
yeah. That's woke nonsense. That is the numbers. Okay, right. Well, spoiler alert. My top of the class this year. I'm hoping yours as well. Srixon. A+ for me. What a year they have had.
Go on, you get stuck into that for a minute.
Well, there's so many ways you can look at it. I mean, you can look at before the season started, right? And we reviewed this product in January.
We were frothing, weren't we?
We were frothing.
Yeah. Irons, superb. ZXi 7, ZXi 5, ZXi 4 all do exactly what they should do within that category, but they do it with style. They look great, they feel great. They've got the Tour VT Soul, which I talk about so much in terms of turf interaction. No frills, just feel great, look great, and do exactly what they should do consistently well. And again, just looking around bags here at the live event, I see a lot in the non-contracted guys' bags are leaning a lot towards Srixon irons. But you know what we said about before is quite often the metal side has been a little bit overlooked, but again, that's really picked up. So we've had Ryan Fox winning a couple of times on tour in full Srixon products, so in the driver, in the 3-wood. In fact, he hit what he said was the best shot of his life in the playoff to win the second event. I think it was a big high cut 3-wood with the
Canada.
ZXi. Was it Canada?
Canada.
Okay, very good. So what was potentially an area of weakness is now. It's kind of like Scotty's putting. It's gone from what was a weakness, not just to something acceptable, to something that's really good.
And so many Srixon staffers, as you see them with their cap and their Srixon Cleveland cap bag, etc., don't play the woods as often. Sepp Stracker's still an example of that. But like you said, to see more of them creeping into it's a good sign.
Lowry, Fox,
yeah. So we tested these in January. We're frothing, as you said, and then you've had all their guys go out and win loads of tour events this year. You've had JJ Spawn, Keegan Bradley.
US Open win as well, yeah.
US Open win, a major win for them. The ball, Joe, the ball's creeping up in places I've not seen it before. And winning its count on tour, i.e. the amount of players using it, is very small compared to Titleist.
Correct.
But they've got nearly as many, not as many wins, but their percentage of wins versus count is so high.
Do you know what? So some of these win count things can get a little bit skewed because we're playing in an era now, almost like the Tiger era, where if you go with the most winning ball in golf is the Nike Tour accuracy, because Tiger wins every event, and we're kind of almost getting that way with Scotty, aren't we? Like Scotty's inflating
Titleist numbers
for the ball and some of the Spider numbers. So the win count I always take with a pinch of salt, particularly when someone is winning every time they go out, essentially. But I take your point. So yeah, just. What did we say in one of the social videos? The sleeper brand has woken up. Like everyone knew it was high quality.
Can I bring it onto the school analogy, seeing as you're giving everyone grades?
Go on.
It's that kid that's like, Prob's got loads of potential, but for the last 2 or 3 years, has just been, just either doesn't read the question properly and gives an incorrect answer. But they were nearly there.
Yeah.
This year, that kid has just risen to the top of the
so
class.
that kid
Oh my gosh,
quite
you've
bright,
got
because
it.
usually looking out the window at 2 pigeons fighting, or sending a note to a girl across the room. But now, finally just gone, crikey, I better focus here, and has absolutely smashed it out of the park, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Good lad.
Shout out to Srixon. And let us know, actually, I want to know if any listeners of viewers are in the Srixon product this year.
We didn't even get into the wedges, the RTZ wedges.
Oh,
I know it's
God,
Cleveland,
they're good looking.
It's Cleveland Srixon, but look great. And so many people,
So
again,
good.
non-contracted, they actually invented a new alloy. And I've still not done much testing, but apparently is genuinely,
Love that from
tangibly
them.
softer.
Yeah,
Than-
they've gone,
than anything else on
we
the
can't
market.
find anything we can quite work with here. Let's go invent something new. Go on, lads.
And they just did it.
Keep going. Good luck next year, by the way. Big one to live up to.
Isn't it just? Yeah.
Do they work on 2-year release cycles? What do they do?
Pass.
I've got no idea.
Can't remember.
We'll find
Pass.
out, won't we? Okay, next brand, Joe. Let's do our friends over at Titleist.
Yes.
Grade.
I have gone with a solid A.
Flat A for me as well. It's Ping and Titleist are the predictable guys. They're naturally clever and they deliver.
No
Again,
notes
in this analogy.
Well, I've got some notes, but no notes of improvement really. Everything they've released since our last check-in has been just right out the top drawer. The GT drivers. Actually, I've got a little note. Actually,
Go on.
GT drivers, brilliant. Like best, probably the best driver. Well, definitely the best driver they've in terms of technology they've ever made. Maybe not the best of its time. I'd say the 975D at its point was probably even more popular than GT has been. But GT's been a roaring success. The fairways have been a little bit of a struggle on tour.
You've not seen as much take up as definitely Titleist would have liked to have seen.
I don't think so. And a lot of Titleist staff, as I see, is still in, whether it's TSR, TSI, and quite a lot of them, as I mentioned, like a Mansell, Fitzpatrick, players like that are even leaning towards TaylorMade if they're not on full 14 club deals. So, yeah, I guess they'd probably be maybe a little bit disappointed in the fairway take-up of GT, but the drivers in particular have been tremendous.
They've responded to that lack of fairway take-up, though, with the GT1 Tour.
Which we saw out in
We've not
California,
really
didn't
spoken about. Sam Diaz hasn't tested it yet, but I think something
Well,
to watch.
Be an extensive section then, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Bringing
so
that up.
absolutely no information for you other than it does exist.
But it makes sense. So the GT1 is more of a high launching, easy hitting fairway wood. But why that may not have had much tour take up before is because it was pretty high lofted. So they've introduced a tour version with slightly stronger loft, so you can get the benefits of the launch and the forgiveness, but while not floating and popping it up in that slightly stronger loft. So that'd be interesting to see how that performs.
T-Series iron superb.
Just a joke.
Just superb.
Great, yeah.
The fitting experience you'll get if you go and get a Titleist fitting, not even with a Titleist, at Woburn, for example, or TPI in California, just go try them. There's so much you can do with them, and there's so many ways to combo a set as perfect.
Even
for
clever
you.
stuff they were now created that sure fit hosel for the fitting. You can change the swing
Nice
weight.
advancement, yeah.
The whole fitting setup is really boosted a notch. It's not the T250 is a new model. The differences between the models from this year, I wouldn't say it's a monumental leap in
If you're
tech.
in old T100,
I don't think you're going to see
No.
that much, other than a slightly nicer aesthetic, better font on the bottom.
the font.
That's
We
cool,
didn't
isn't
speak
it?
about the font when we were in
Didn't speak about
Carlsbad.
the font.
Google it. Check the font on the bottom of that. It is,
like
in Jimmy
Robin-
Bullard's words, horny.
Feels like it's like Robin Hood may have drawn the numbers on with a quill. Something like that. It's got a touch of the old-fashioned about it, hasn't it? But it's nice. It's a nice sort of
So spot on.
classy little touch. And the T250U.
Me?
Standout for me. The standout for me has
You?
been the T. Yeah. Yeah. And this, right. I'll start with the T250 because I don't want to say you. That iron I think is great. It's filled a nice gap. I really much prefer it to the T200. We spoke about the kind of plasticky badge.
Significant
on the back
improvement.
of the
T200. They've done a great job of probably realising that wasn't their greatest effort. And
But the
parking
aesthetic
it.
of that T250, that's as good an iron as I can recall laying eyes on. And the utility version of that, the utility build that I tried in 2 and 3 iron that I have now at home. Whew, I should have brought them, actually. I should have put this perfect for this Pro-Am tomorrow, but in my garage, unfortunately. I should have got them out. Phenomenal. Again, maybe one of 3 or 4 5-star reviews I've given this year. That's just the perfect. If you can't find what you want in that utility iron, you shouldn't be in a utility iron. Go and get some 9 wood and leave them alone. All right.
That's kick point advice right there. Just the predictable child. You'd sit again if it was parents' evening and your kid was Titleist.
Oh, you're just looking
More
forward to
the-
that as a parent.
more
'cause
the
he's gonna-
same.
Yeah,
It's just more like, he's class.
you're
More
going
the
to turn
same.
up and they're going to say, your child is a joy to teach. Oh, thank you very, very much.
We know he's wonderful at home
Isn't he
as well.
Isn't he just? Yes.
I think
Ball's
that-
just a ball, right?
Ball's just a ball. I don't even want to get into it. It's just the Titleist Pro 1 and Pro 1X. What? And we're not ball guys anyway, really, are we?
We're not really ball guys, and I sat through the presentation, and They do the bit about it's going to spin more. It's got this. It's just like
class. Is it still as good as it was last time? Yeah. Okay,
perfect.
Cool,
Well, it's really good. So let's
Great.
stick with that then.
Well done, everybody.
Yeah.
I think I had my mind shifted on Titleist when we were out there, by the way. Now I've had
Go
some
on.
time to reflect. I just think I thought they'd be quite a bit of a boring brand. I thought, just because as we spoke about, they're so reliable, it's just Titleist. You know Titleist. But I think, like Ping, they're just reliable. They're engineers. It feels to me like they're always making something a bit better. Their marketing isn't as shouty. And I just got a newfound respect for them, I think.
I did. That whole trip, I don't know if we've spoken about it yet.
We haven't reflected on it yet.
It kind of shows you the different
people just heard
personalities of these brands. You can see it right through the factory, right to how they decorate the facilities, right to the type of people that build in the clubs, right to the PR people that are looking after you. The whole sort of personality and character of each brand. It's just slapped all over it, and they stand out. And we did do some funny comparisons that probably aren't appropriate for the show, but yeah, they're almost like individual people with personalities. These brands. It's
we were comparing them to in-betweeners characters, and we'll let you decide who is which one. We will not cast judgment, will we, Joe?
Correct.
DM us if you want to hear which one we think. Right, let's move on. PXG.
I went A-, but I feel like maybe going down a bit.
I've gone just a flat B.
Yeah, I think I've gone heavy.
I've not got mad excited about them this year, to be honest with you.
A lot of moving parts, a lot going on for me with PXG. So Black Ops was a really good driver family and fairway family, actually. Sam really liked the fairway woods he tested with those.
Simplified name as well. We like that here at Kickpoint, the Golf Gear Show.
Secret weapon.
It's in my bag. I'm playing a PXG club, man. That was this year, right?
Yeah.
Was it? Like early this year, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, again, really nice product. We like the fact that they're moving away from all their... Oh, quickly. The Live bodyguard who looks after, I think it's Patrick Reed and Dustin Johnson.
Is that who he looks after?
He's an absolute unit. I've seen an article on him. He's just walked past. I'm gonna dig out the picture of him and put it on your screen now. This guy is a beast of a man. He just makes me feel very inferior, but he's just walked past. But anyway, PXG.
Crush me like a toothpick.
He would absolutely kill you. Right. Gen
bet
7,
he can't podcast, though.
I bet he could. Could do whatever he liked. If you gave him a reel, I'd give him the mic, wouldn't you? PXG Gen 7 irons. The P and the XP I really, really liked. Black Ops irons were my favourite game improvement iron of last year. They've all been out a little bit while now. Black Ops, just brilliant. Easy to launch, big wide sole, massive heel to toe length, hugely confidence inspiring and hot. I don't know what else you want in a game improvement iron.
It hits the brief.
Just absolutely nailed it. Wildcat for me was an absolute triumph.
Remind people about Wildcat.
So Wildcat essentially is a package set, but the highest of high-end package sets. About 1,500 quid, I think, all in for the bag, and you get balls and a hat and stuff. But the whole design within it was just perfect. Driver 44 inches instead of 45.5, 16 degrees, lighter swing weights, lighter irons, wider soles, weaker lofts. So everything about them was just super ease of use. But you could also buy these products individually as kind of inline products. They come as a set. But I would encourage, if you're slower in speed, you struggle to get driver in the air, you struggle with driver generally, go and try that PXG Wildcat. It's the most user-friendly driver you can possibly ever imagine. So, like that, going back to the zero torque. Should I just keep talking? I feel like
but the more you talk, and I'm enjoying this because I'm coming out of my B. I feel like I've been quite harsh on PXG.
Well, that's what I think now. I'm just because I thought I was going to go no. I'm going to go down to you, but the more I talk, the more I think they've actually done some really good stuff. The balls are good.
Yeah,
Extreme
the
Tour,
Extreme balls.
Tour X were really good. Zero torque.
Yeah, maybe
putters we're talking here.
Could improve.
Reacted quickly with Alan. Perhaps too quickly. Didn't quite. I didn't love the look. Not for me, that one personally.
Yeah, Samu Chester didn't say it was the greatest effort.
I don't think it was in his top 5 of zero torque putters. And they've
had the Bat Attack ZT come out this year, which again, coming from Sam, slight improvement, still not in the Spider ZT square to square lab conversation yet.
There's been a few good ones in that category.
Exactly.
Sugar Daddy 3, bit torn on those, the wedges. What are you laughing at?
I forgot they called their wedges Sugar Daddy.
I
thought you were calling me Sugar Daddy 3.
No, the Sugar Daddy 3 wedges. In the profile in behind the ball position, I think maybe the best wedges on the market. In behind the ball, the shaping is brilliant.
But they're good.
Yeah,
but
behind the
ball,
behind.
Brilliant.
But when you look in the back, bedlam at the back. Screws everywhere. Notches.
So they forgot to finish it.
Well, there's just too much going on. People just want so I'm speaking on behalf of everyone.
Yes.
Okay, people just want clean wedges. I think if you just do a nice, smooth back, brushed chrome, whatever, raw, and just pop a little PXG on the back, people just want clean wedges.
This is a public service announcement to every brand making wedges.
Stop making them fussy.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop writing on them. We don't care. I don't need all that information. Put your logo on there.
And just brush up that metal so it looks clean and beautiful.
Thank you.
And
Your friends at Kickpoint.
No more branding. No more shaping. Clean.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop.
Stop it.
Should we go B+?
What was I? A minus? Is that B+ next then, is it?
Yeah. I feel bad. I think it's an A-.
I
think it's an A-.
I think there's enough good stuff going on there to make it A-, yeah.
Agree. Especially when it's not. They're not. They're not one of the bigger brands. I think they're doing some quite fun stuff in their lane.
Yeah, I can I'll go with A-.
Okay, good. Cobra.
Want an update on the putting green?
Actually, yeah, let's pause and update on the putting green. For those watching, for those listening, Joe, describe it.
We've got the range goats knocking around. A lot of pink going on. We've got Bubba stroking some putts with a pink putter. We've got, who's that over there with, I think that's Ben Campbell, the Kiwi, with a broomstick lab going on. Yeah, it's a little bit of a range goats putt. They do seem to hover in packs, don't they? They go round in their teams. Don't they? They all practice together. It's a proper team thing.
What do you call a group of a group of range goats? You know how you
gaggle.
A gaggle.
Gaggle of range goats.
Do you know what a I've forgotten it.
Brilliant.
Oh no, I have to Google it. That's so annoying. It's there was a swarm of ladybirds in the test match the other week.
There's a name for collective of ladybirds.
There's a beautiful collective name for ladybirds, and I will find it while you start talking about Cobra.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting. I'm excited to talk to you about this.
I'm not.
Oh, go on.
I didn't love the Cobra stuff this year. DS Adapt didn't really do it for me. It wasn't different enough from Dark Speed. I think.
Yeah, but hold on,
we
compliment group. I've just typed in group of lady.
Okay. What did you get?
I can't talk about that. We complimented on them, I think, in January for sticking to what we enjoyed last year. But have you since spent the last 6 months and gone,
I think there's elements of that being a really good thing. But after 6 months or so, if you're kind of in very similar product to what you were in last year, it feels like we've had 18 months of it then. You know what I mean? It sort of gets gobbled up. Big fanfare about Future Fit 33, the hosel adapter, which with 33 different settings, and there's a big thing at the start, wasn't there? Rick did a video and was saying it's too confusing. We sort of did a defensive video saying, well, it's not confusing, there's just more options, and just find the one you want and leave it.
I think it's brilliant technology that's not being spoken about enough. Cobra's issue is no one's playing their gear.
Yeah.
And it falls out of the conversation. We're talking about zero torque mini drivers, which I believe they've got one coming, but they keep. I've seen loads on the USJ Conforming list. Where the heck is it, Cobra?
I've seen it 2 or 3 times with 2 or 3 different names as well, like the Deuce, and then other stuff popped up. So yeah, you get confused on that. I didn't even notice the 3DP Tour iron coming out. So we did the Limit 3D review, and then this was a derivation of that. It's now just turned up, and I kind of missed that.
Yeah, I just think like they should have shouted more about Future Fit 33. They might be saying we did, but I don't hear anyone talking about it. It's really clever what it is, especially in the Fairway Hybrid. When I've been trying to tinker with my secret weapon, loft it down. The way that opens the face when I loft it down is unplayable. What Cobra have done, it's a really clever thing that I think lots of people could benefit from. Why hasn't it had as much excitement as it should have?
I wonder whether clearly consumers don't care that much, maybe is the problem. I guess from a fitter's point of view, the fitters I speak to still like it and still talk about it because it just gives them so many more options to change things independently. Don't know, Dan.
I don't know. Let us know what you think about that as well, please, because again, we're sort of getting offended and thinking it's not being spoken about on your behalf, but if you are talking about it, if you're in that product, let us know.
Current iron lineup is still nice. The King MB, the King CB and King MB in particular, I think are 2 of the most underrated, better player irons. I don't see a lot of the Cobra staff in those products. Excellent iron players. When I test them, they just look clean, feel good. Just don't get maybe as much coverage as they should. I wonder whether that's a tour presence thing.
I think they're having a real problem with that at the minute. I really do.
Ricky was the guy carrying the can for ages, wasn't he?
But he just rocks up, every now and again. I had a good finish at the Open, and he's got his tour card back now. Not his tour card, but his he always hovers around the 100th in the FedEx Cup rankings. That ain't going to get you a lot of TV coverage, I'm afraid.
They went all in on Max as well, didn't they? Homer at the start of the year, and
gosh,
unfortunately Homer's just
forgot
not
about that.
form hasn't
Sugar.
His form hasn't really reflected that well on the brand, even though it was nothing to do with the brand.
No, nothing to do with them
because
at all.
he was struggling before Titleist.
But you just struggle to see their stuff. No one's talking about it. Their influence in the wedge market has got to be next to none, really, if I'm being brutally honest. The snakebite wedges, all these things.
I think they do a lot better at retail. To be fair, we don't comment here, and we don't have the retail figures. And I think I still see a lot of Cobra product about when I go up to golf clubs or playing pro-ams or anything like that. I still do see a lot of Cobra product, because it's still viewed as that high quality product that's just a bit cheaper than the other brands. So
and that's where they still sit, isn't it? That's why when I call it the big 4.5, Cobra are that half, because they're always 40, 50 quid cheaper, and they don't position themselves as those big ones, and there's no tour presence like those big ones either.
But yeah, I don't think it's going to go down as a vintage Cobra year. So I've gone, what did I say, B minus?
I've gone flat B.
Okay, I'll meet you.
Squish a B, flat B.
Yeah, good.
Good. Do you want to know what a collective noun for ladybirds is?
No.
It's a loveliness of ladybirds.
Loveliness of
Isn't
ladybirds.
that nice?
That's really lovely.
Very pleasant, isn't it?
Yeah,
okay then, Joe, our final brand, their final grade, Wilson.
No,
now,
we've got two more down. Mizuno.
I've missed Mizuno on my
Where do you want to go
notes.
first? Wilson?
I was about to get into Wilson, so let's do Wilson.
I've gone B+.
I've gone B+ as well.
Okay, it's the first one we've agreed on.
Yeah.
Best metals.
Well, it is. We agreed on another one earlier.
Okay, they've released maybe ever. Still not much in terms of tour presence in the metal department. A lot of their tour players still veering towards Titleist or TaylorMade products and Ping that I've seen, which I think is a shame, because genuinely I think there is some tangible evidence. And from my testing, I thought there was some really good ball speed numbers from a lot of those Wilson drivers. Look more premium than they've ever looked. I just don't know what Wilson have to do to crack that metals market, because they just made really good product this year and it just didn't happen still.
Yeah, correct. And what my notes say, when you see a peripheral brand like Srixon, that's being harsh on Srixon calling peripheral, but someone outside the big four having a year that they've had, it's proof that it can be done.
Yeah.
And Wilson haven't done it. So therefore, what's stopping them though, Joe? Because as you said, it's equally good product to Srixon, really, we think. At least the metal woods, right?
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't
what's
know
stopping them?
Well, I don't know if it's just a perception thing amongst people, and but like you say, Srixon have managed to address that, but maybe just Srixon benefit from that sort of, people seem to love the mystery of a Japanese brand.
Yeah, maybe Wilson needs to move over to Japan and stop talking to people or something like that.
Possibly, yeah, maybe that could...
become really aloof.
Maybe that could be it, or it could be the end of it, I don't know. Yeah, honestly don't know what they have to do, but yeah, I really like the metals. I thought they did a great job. I like the direction they headed in, where they were sort of gathering some younger influencers and trying to go on that sort of retro.
There's some vibey clothing knocking around with the old Wilson logo on, which I think people should check out, and some shoes as well with Wilson logoing on, and some cool people playing their stuff. And I think they need to lean into that, because the 90s was their heyday. The 90s as a fashion statement is very in right now.
Yeah.
Combine those two things and talk to people about your brand in that way, I'd say.
I think they're committed to that, so I think we're going to see more of that, and I think that'll work. I didn't love the Dynapower irons this year. Quite clunky for me. Didn't love the look. We're talking about P790, how those ones are getting better. I preferred the previous Dynapower models. Didn't love what I saw.
There's a lot of better game improvement irons in Dynapower. A lot.
Yeah.
It's a busy market.
Correct.
The ball's very good.
Well, just before that, still on irons, still the staff model stuff that's been out for a while. The CB and MB, like those Cobra ones, two of the most underrated irons in the game. Just beautiful profiles in behind the ball. Some of the classiest sort of old school nods with some modern contemporary looks in there, and just superb feels. I really love both of those irons.
Yeah. And they do a great job branding wise of just having the shield, the staff shield.
You've said that before.
Please lean into that more, Wilson. Please, please, please. Even on your game improvement stuff, I think it will just clean up and freshen up the whole brand. And this is maybe why, when they make good product, they're not breaking through, because there's a brand perception about Wilson and that old Wilson logo. Maybe let's change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Put that old Wilson logo on the clothing, because I think it looks really good.
We were on the Callaway truck earlier, and they're going. They seem on the irons of some of the prototype irons I saw. There's some new fonts knocking around. Not quite the sort of squiggly old Callaway stuff. So I think
something fresh coming out.
Maybe
there.
people
I think Wilson
are
could benefit
looking at changing a bit of branding. So yeah, maybe Wilson could.
B+ then, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I was just going to go down the route of I like the wedges. Wedges are underrated. Putters, not. Again, I've not really seen much from a Wilson putter. That I don't do putters, but nothing's really caught my eye. Truth be told,
nothing's broken through, has it?
Yeah,
really?
I think some good, some bad. B+ for me.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Last of the class then. I've forgotten them. Feel bad now because they're
Don't feel bad. We're about to talk very glowingly
quite
about
a good
them.
year.
I think,
I'll
aren't we?
set you off on Mizuno then, please.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
I've not got any notes, so I'm
Okay,
gonna have to
well,
go. Forgot about them. It's like the parents rocked up. Oh, hello, Mr. Parker. Who are you?
Yeah, but
We're Mizuno's parents. Sugar. Mizuno's parents. Please come sit down.
But you've probably forgotten about Mizuno as a child in your class because he's just doing all the right things all the time, just performing well. Never
Sort
caused
of
you any bother.
self-sufficient.
Yeah,
Gets his
milk.
milk himself. Just goes to the toilet when he needs to. Doesn't mess himself in the classroom.
So nothing much changed in terms of like the metalwood range. Not been no serious new releases. Had the STG, Driver, and Fairway. We've got Marco Penge is still using that STX.
And he hits it a long way.
Doesn't he just? He'd hit this fence behind us a long way though. He's an absolute athlete.
Is he a big boy?
Well, have you seen him? Have you seen his quads?
No.
Well, have a look.
Okay.
Make a
Google
note of that.
Marco
Write that down
Penge. Marco Penge quads. Everybody.
Hey Siri, make a note. Google Marco Penge quads and what a loveliness of ladybirds looks like. Could be a loveliness of quads, truth be told. Absolute athlete. And yeah, touch of the Srixons about Mizuno in terms of metals. Really good. Good quality. Hot build quality, visuals, ball speed numbers. Just not getting that sort of traction amongst non-contracted players. Like some of the Mizuno staff do use the woods, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
They're not avoiding them. But I don't see anyone who's non-contracted again, right, I'm going to go and play the STG.
Is the question, is there anyone non-contracted? Oh, this is going to be hard for you. But like generally, the non-contracted guys who go into woods or go into one of the big four.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
pretty much
an instance outside of that, other than Bryson, where he'll go in like a crank. But he's got some very. Let's leave Bryson
out of this conversation. It's something normal. So yeah.
But
anyway,
yeah, I think
that's probably why. For whatever reason.
I think people. I'll tell you what. Something else curious has just gone past. We've got the.
Oh, it's just the Scotty fitting thing. I'll
put this up on the screen because I took a picture of this. He's just wheeling past a little yellow suitcase full of
like
different grips, weights and stuff, and attached to that, kind of screwed to it, is a mobile putter loft and lime
That's the
machine.
Scotty tour van.
It's basically a yellow suitcase, but it's cool. Lad, wait till you see that on the screen. That's a cool little
mini
thing.
little tour van. That.
Back to Mizuno.
Sorry, yeah.
Titleist just infiltrated Mizuno. We just started talking. It's like having a parents' evening. You start talking about someone else's kid, isn't it?
Well, Titleist was very well behaved this year.
I tell you what, you could learn a lot from. No, you couldn't. Iron lineup out of this world right now. Genuinely, I can't think. Mizuno have had some of the most classic irons of all time, and I cannot think of a time. Now, some of the older people amongst the listeners here will go, "This is ridiculous, the MP18, the MP..." and they'll list off a time where there was a great stable of Mizuno irons. The depth of squad they've got in terms of their iron, it's not too much in terms of numbers.
Yeah.
But actually it's tight. There's a lot of them, actually. But not quite in Callaway League, I don't think. However, I think they've got the two best looking and feeling irons in the game right now. The Pro S3 and the Pro S1.
No, we've not spoke about the Pro S1 because it's come out in the interim in the last few episodes.
Cool.
Good, Joe. Come on, really quick test of this week.
Tested this week, the bladiest blade of all time. Squat, small, thin top line, terrifying to look at in terms of its profiling behind the ball. But if you're a purist and you can hit it, you will not have a better experience hitting an iron ever anywhere.
Great summary. We might do more detail on that in the future,
Brilliant.
but it sounds
Pop it
good.
up on the screen 'cause it's gorgeous as well. Right there.
Wow.
Yeah. Even in the game improvement, Hot Metal Pro, Standard and HL, really good. Just all of it screams class. It screams. It screams premium. It screams well built. It screams feel. All of it, whether it's game improvement, the player's distance stuff like the JPX 925 forged. What a joke of an iron! I've never put an iron down and hit a shot like. As an iron tester, I hit a lot of balls, and I can look at a club, I know what it's going to do. I feel it coming off the face, and I could probably tell you within 5 yards, 200 revs of spin, and 10 feet of peak height what it's going to do. The JPX 925 Forge just does something completely different to what it feels like. It looks like a forged little blade in behind the ball. Feels like the most buttery, soft blade you've ever hit, and you go, "Oh, lovely, that'd be a nice little one." And then you look at the launch one, and you go, "What?" It's got 7 irons gone 200 yards. You're like, what's just happened here? That doesn't match up at all. That's an extraordinary iron. The wedges are as good as they've ever been, probably the best they've ever been. I think the Pro T1 and Pro T3.
And you get some fun colourways in that. You get the bronze and the blues and the greens. They brought out some Azalea irons this year.
Yeah,
they're actually sneaky fun. Mizuno.
Fun.
They're not TaylorMade fun with all the retro stuff. Every now and again they'll bring out They brought out an azalea iron, for goodness sake. That's cool. That's un-Mizuno-ish.
They're like the dad back in my day at school who like turned up with his bald head and his glasses off to his accountancy job, but then his son told you that his dad took him to the Tiny Temper concert the weekend.
Tiny Temper? Is that
are
those our cultural references?
Yeah, do you remember Tiny Temper?
I don't remember him, but
He's a property now.
Great.
Right.
What's a collective noun?
Mizuno, are you happy with A, or do you think they deserve more?
Well, I think A is spot on. I think like irons is clearly their best subject. Like I was very good at English language at school, surprisingly.
Yeah. Okay.
That's their best subject, isn't it?
That
is what I'm getting at there. So it's an A. I think it's an A all across the board. There'd be A star, A plus in their irons, maybe a B plus in the woods, for example.
So who's what do they call it? Valedictorian, isn't it?
That's a very American reference for us. I think it's Srixon, no?
Srixon, isn't it? Yeah, top of the class, prefect over here.
Yeah,
head boy.
Yeah, head boy. What's the American version of that?
Head boy will be Srixon this year, but we've got some very talented students, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a lovely class, haven't we?
Lovely class, yeah, full of character.
But let us know if you agree or disagree with any of our grades, any brands we've been too glowing of, and some we maybe wanted to give. But it's just advice, Joe, isn't it?
Do you want a putting green update?
Yes, please.
No one's here. Everyone's gone. Not a single person on the putting green now. We've cleared them out.
Should we get out of it?
Yeah, I think we should. Should we wrap this up?
Yeah, we should wrap this up.
We're supposed to do.
Yeah, I think so. Well, thank you for watching and thank you for listening. For those who enjoy our studio content, we'll be back in the studio next week doing goodness knows what, Joe. But I'm looking forward to being back in there.
Nice.
As always, comments, subscribes. Let us know what you think about the channel, about these podcasts, about the course videos. You can go and check out on our YouTube channel now.
Plus anything else you think we might want to do? If there's anything you want us to branch out and try, you want me and Dan to review some stuff on video?
Yeah, any of that.
That's all we want to see.
Monday episodes, we keep plugging it, coming soon.
We're gonna go.
We're so close to getting it.
We're going to do it in a second, or maybe tomorrow morning.
Maybe tomorrow. I can't bother today.
Film a little pilot. We found the software.
It's coming. You're going to get 2 episodes a week.
Oh, hang on. We've got some news.
Butter update. Thank you, Dan.
Cameraman Dan's just pointed out Ian Poulter behind us, just stroking some putts. He's got a 2-ball.
It looks like an old 2-ball to me. Is that an old 2-ball?
Well, no, it's quite an old 2-ball, but it's got a black shaft. It's got his familiar Odyssey DFX grip that he talked about last year when we did the what's in the bags.
The shade, the sage quarter zip he's got on is lovely.
It is. Shall I shout at him?
No.
Will that embarrass you?
No, that would really embarrass me because he'll look at you and swear probably. I don't want to do that.
I'm going to do it. Ian, can you give us a wave?
I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to kill.
Fortunately, he didn't hear. Or if he did, he ignored me.
I'm going to kill myself with a gun.
Hi Joe, it's Pulse. I did hear you yesterday by the putting green and I completely ignored you because you're a pain in the arse. But anyway, hope the podcast was great. See you soon.
Right, it's time for us to go. Joe, you're the pro-am tomorrow. Any goals for tomorrow?
Any goals for tomorrow? Not embarrass myself too much. Not lose too many balls because I think the rough's quite thick out there. What are my other goals? We're going to film a vlog, aren't we?
Yeah, it might be up now. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose any balls.
Okay, good. We need to leave now. You
feel very awkward about these things, don't you? I've got no shame.
No,
not bothered at all, mate.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. As always, we'll be back again next week. Goodbye, Joe.
Bye. Bye, Ian.